How's it going, everybody? Well, I got a new revolver to share with you. I picked this up a few days ago. Picked this up used. I know the person that bought it brand new. I bought it off of him. He has had it around 4 or 5 months, something like that. And I got a good price on it. I just kind of want to show this off a little bit, and then I'll do a little bit of talking about the model and style of revolver that this is. This is the Smith & Wesson Model 627. A little bit of ballast all in there. 627-6. This is an 8-shot 357 Magnum Pro Series. The Pro Series is like one step up from what I know. I am not by no means a Smith & Wesson aficionado. Okay? I just got myself a little educated here just in the past few days. The difference between a Pro Series and a Performance Center versus a straight assembly line gun. The Pro Series line of revolver is made on the standard assembly line. When they take it off the assembly line, it goes back to the Performance Center gunsmiths, and they do just a few things to it to make it better. They put a different barrel on it. I think they called it I don't know if they called it a Performance Center barrel or a match grade barrel. I don't remember. But they do a change to the barrel. This barrel has got that nice crown job on it. They chamfer the cylinders. Supposed to make it, and it does, obviously. It makes it easier to reload. The chamfer is these, you can see where it almost looks like they took a drill bit or something. It ain't a drill bit, I'm sure. That's a little bit bigger than the hole, and they just kind of take these rough edges off. Right here where it goes into the cylinder, make it easier to load. This cylinder here is set up to run moon clips. You can see how it's cut out to accept moon clips. The gun actually comes with moon clips. And they do a trigger job on it. Make the trigger better. A Performance Center gun, correct me if I'm wrong, but is totally built by the Performance Center gunsmiths. It is not made on the main assembly line and then sent back to them and they do their thing. They pretty much build them from the ground up. The Performance Center 627s that I've seen have got a very shiny finish to it, where this is like a matte stainless. As you can see, it's a dull stainless steel. The Performance Center model will have a lot of the same features as this, but it's more hand fitted. The Performance Center models will not have MEM parts in it, which is metal injected molding. All the pieces and stuff in it are actually come out of bar stock steel. The triggers on them are even better than these. You can see that these triggers that they put on this Pro Series is like a black, some kind of metal. I'm not real sure why they did this. I don't really like, because it almost looks like it's like tarnished or something. But the Performance Center will be very shiny, like a Colt Python. The trigger, the hammer, all that stuff will be shiny. The Performance Center ones that I saw pictures of come with really nice wood grips on them. They're kind of built from the ground up. The Pro Series is still eligible to compete in competitions because it's not considered a custom built gun. This is actually, like I said, built on the assembly line. It's sent back. They do just a few little upgrades to it, but not enough to it to make it considered a custom made from the ground up gun. And if I would have done my research before, I would have known, but the retail price on this, not the Smith & Wesson MSRP, but the retail price on this, the guy got that for like $888 or $889 is what he paid for it brand new. The Smith & Wesson MSRP on it is like $979. A Performance Center 627 MSRP is $1,250. So roughly $300 difference. I picked this up for a very good price. Very, very good price. This is my first in-frame Smith & Wesson. This is my first Smith & Wesson non-J-frame that I've ever had. The action on this handgun is very, very sweet. I'm not going to do it on camera, but I've already done trigger pulls in double action and single action. This is pulling 10 pounds 5 ounces in double and 4 pounds 2 ounces in single. Now, one thing I haven't done as I hit the tripod is I haven't weighed it. And that thing with no ammo in it, it ain't on there, is it? 41 ounces. Empty. Another thing that I noticed, because I have the Ruger GP100 Wiley clap, and I was messing around with them last night, is the width of the cylinder over a 6-shot. And whenever I was first looking at this, you know, after I bought it and I was, you know, fondling it and this and that, and I was like, well, that cylinder really doesn't look that much bigger than a standard cylinder. Well, it is quite a bit bigger. And it stands to reason. 6 versus 8 shots, I mean, it's going to be bigger. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. But as far as the size here, whenever I put the GP100 next to this, grip size, this size in here and all that is really, really close to being the same. But the cylinder on this baby is quite a bit wider. Now my GP100 is a 3-inch barreled. It's it has that Hawkeye, they called it Hawkeye matte stainless finish on it, but it's real close to this here. The Ruger's just a little bit darker in color. This one comes with your standard white outline, rear sight. There we go, right there. Then on the front, it has the standard red ramp. The Performance Center came with a fiber optic front sight. The rear sight was the same, but the front was a fiber optic. I really don't know why I started going into this comparison between a Performance Center and a Pro Series, but I have. So anyway, that's the information that I know on it. They both are a slab. They call this a slab side barrel. This one here has got the Hogue rubber grip on it. And I mean, when in hand, I mean, this is a big gun. It's not like having a 500 Smith in your hand, you know, an X frame. But whenever I had bought this and I was looking, I was like, man, I wonder if this is like a L frame. I was like, it's probably bigger than a K frame. I was like, I wonder if this is an L frame. So I just went to Smith & Wesson's site and looked it up, and it's like, no, it's an N frame. I was like, ooh, that is pretty stinking big. But it is an absolutely gorgeous firearm. The action on this is very, very smooth. Very, very smooth. It has a totally different feel. Whenever I pull the trigger and drop it, it just feels different than a Ruger does. I can't really explain in words what it is, but it just feels different. The trigger on this feels phenomenal. It really does. But I just wanted to share this with you guys, let you see it. Shut up and just do a few close-ups here. I did see that this does have, right up in here, some little marks on it, but nothing horrible. The hammer spur is nice and wide. Feels very good. It don't have any sharp edges. And it's really amazing to me how much better that hammer feels being wide like that versus narrow. It makes a huge difference in how it feels. It really does. This being an 8-shot too, whenever you pull this back, it's kind of odd because the cylinder doesn't rotate as far around as a 6-shot does, because the 6-shot on my Ruger has got more distance between the cylinders here. This area right in here, there's more metal between there. So whenever you pull this back, the cylinder will actually rotate more. So this is almost like a short stroke whenever this turns over like that. And it's kind of weird, but you can feel it whenever it's going around. It just feels different. But it's a good feeling. Ain't nothing at all bad about this. I primarily, to be honest with you, bought this as an investment. You can see the powder burns on the front of this cylinder. I used some CLP Ballistol nylon brush to try and get that cleaned off. And I ended up going online and ordering me a Birchwood Casey lead remover polishing cloth. I think it was Fred Hart that did a video demonstrating how well that works for cleaning that stuff off of there. And I also noticed when I was on Amazon that Hoppe's makes one also. They call it a rust remover and lead remover cloth. So I ordered one of each, and then I can compare the two, see which one works better, and I'll let you all know what I find out on that. But from what I saw in the video, that stuff works fantastic for cleaning the front of your cylinder here whenever it gets those burns on there. But anyhow, I just want to show this off, talk a little bit, listen to myself rattle about Performance Center versus Pro Series, blah blah blah. If y'all have any questions, if you have some insight on some of this stuff that that I have stated, set me straight, and there'll be more to come. I'll do a video comparing this to the GP100. Although the GP only has a 3-inch barrel, this, by the way, is a 4 1/8 inch barrel. Kind of do some comparisons between the two, show some differences between the hammer styles and that kind of thing. That Wiley Clap 357 I have in the Ruger is essentially just a GP100 that had some different sights put on it, a different finish, and different grips. I mean, I don't think there's anything super unique about it over a standard Ruger GP100. But I just wanted to show you guys that. Hope you enjoyed it. It's a very, very beautiful revolver. Like it a lot. Y'all take care. We'll see you later.